The pendulum reading. Okay, so what the pendulum reading is, first place, a pendulum is a tool that is used for communication with spirit, okay? So this is a pendulum, and what a pendulum is, briefly, a pendulum is just a weighed object that's hanging at the end of a chain or a string, okay? So something that's heavy that's holding it so it gives it some weight so that it can swing back and forth. And at the end of the pendulum, there's a little ball. There's a ball at the end, okay? And that is what I use to grip it. And I hold it in between two fingers on the little ball, okay? So this is my pendulum that I use daily. And as you can see, it's already vibrated. And when I hold the pendulum, I hold it very steady. So I'm gonna put my hold arm on the table so I can give you an example. Let me put this down a little. Okay, so the pendulum is pretty much controlled by spirit, and spirit moves the pendulum in different directions to give answers to yes and no questions. So when you do the pendulum question, you get the pendulum reading, you get to ask 3 questions, only 3 questions, and they have to be 3 yes or no questions. When you send the 3 questions, make sure that they are only yes or no questions, okay? You cannot ask me, oh, what day am I going to receive some money? That's not how it works, okay? Yes or no questions only. Also, when you send the questions, please be courteous and only send the question. I don't need to know the backstory. I don't need to know any details about it because I don't want you to say too much. And not only that, I don't have the time to sit there reading paragraphs all day. I'm a very busy woman. So please do not send paragraphs for one question. I don't need to know, oh, me and my boyfriend, we've been together for 8 years. For the last 7 years, he's been cheating. And, you know, he leaves me home a lot. And we just got in an argument last night. I don't need to know any of that. If your question is he still cheating on me? Please just say, is he still cheating on me? That is it, okay? So with the 3 questions, I'll use my pendulum to ask spirit if the answer is yes or no. So this is how it works. I hold my pendulum and I always cleanse it so that the energy is good. So when I start off, in the beginning of the day, I always ask my pendulum. First, I ask it, you know, if it wants to answer questions from my clients today. That's the first thing I ask. And you see it swinging back and forth usually means yes. Not usually, it means yes. Spirit is like, ain't no usually. Okay, and if you see, I'm holding my hand completely still. I'm not moving it whatsoever. Now, and then I'll ask my pendulum, are you cleansed? That's what I normally ask it. Okay, it's going back and forth for yes. So then I ask it, show me your yes. That's the first question I ask. And I do this in the start of each day. I tell them to show me what yes means. And then, thank you. Okay. And then I ask it, show me your no. So this is no. So it goes counterclockwise for no. Thank you. Okay. So then I'll ask it a question like, am I wearing a yellow shirt? You see it swings counterclockwise for no. Am I wearing a white shirt? And then it swings back and forth for yes. Do I have orange hair? And it changes the direction for no. And that's how the pendulum works. Do I have blue hair? Is my name Samantha? Thank you. Stop. So that is how the pendulum reading works. Oh, and another thing is also, I don't want you guys to tell me all those stories and paragraphs, because I don't want you to tell me too much, because you know, sometimes when you get certain answers that make you have more questions, then you may want to just get a full reading, okay? Just to see more details and just to get more insight and more clarity on whatever the situation is. So if you've already told me half of the situation, when you get your reading, if it comes out in the cards, I don't want you to feel like, oh, well, I already told her that. Because you spoke too much, you said too much. So that's another reason why I only want you to send only the questions. No additional details needed. Trust me.